Hello guys, Aspiner here. Official V1 kit for Castorice has been released and let's look into her kit. It's gonna be a long one, so stick with me if you can. Now, starting from her base stats, HP 1629. Yeah, that's gonna be her base health, by the way. Attack 523, defense 485, speed's gonna be a 95, and taunt's gonna be 100. Now, Ascension materials will be out. You guys can go and check out if you guys want. Now, trace materials. No, I'm not gonna talk about trace materials too. Why should we saying? Now, let's go into her basic and skill. I'm sorry, I'm a little bit sick. Now, basic attack deals quantum damage to a single enemy. It's nothing crazy, just a single target. By the way, she does scale of HP percent and nothing else. Now, skill. Oh man. Silence is the butterfly cares. Consumes 40% of all allies' current health. Wait, is that? Oh, it's 40% of. Okay. And deals quantum damage to 25%. Enemy of Castorice match health to a destined enemy, and quantum damage deals to 50% of Castorice match health to adjacent targets. If current HP is insufficient, this ability will reduce HP to 1%. If the dead dragon is on the battlefield, this skill becomes okay, I'm not gonna call it. Simply, this skill will get an enhanced effect, and Doomsday Drags empowers instead. Simply, rather than her attacking, the dragon will attack for her in this skill state. It's a really cool skill. Like I said, this literally consumes a lot of health, like 40%. Now, let's talk about her enhanced skill. Simply, her skill is gonna be a blast. And her enhanced skill, the dragon that's gonna attack, will be AoE, pure AoE. Now, let's talk about her enhanced skill here. Consumes 50% of all allies except the dead dragon. It means the Memo Sprite, okay? The Memo Sprite, what's his name? I think it's Polex, I think. They're saying a dead dragon. I think he is a dead dragon. Of current HP. And Castorice and Dead Dragon launch a joint attack on the target and deals quantum damage equal to 12% and 25% of Castorice max health. If the current HP is insufficient, using the ability will reduce HP to 1%. Simply, these two will drain a lot of health and will do a lot of damage together. That's why you want the dragon out, because their joint attack is gonna do way more damage than her normal skill would. This is actually really. I thought her drain was gonna be normal, but holy shit, 40% and 50%. You guys need to know this is like 50% of the current team's max health. So yeah, your units will lose a lot of health a lot faster. So you need a solid healer on her team, no matter what. Now, ultimate. Death's Drawer becomes. Okay, I'm not gonna talk about their names. This is just too much for me. I think it's called Renaissance, but holy shit, that's a really crazy name. So ultimate, Death Roars becomes the Renaissance spell. Summons the Memo Sprite, the Dead Dragon, and advances action by 100% at the same time. Creates the territory Lost Netherland, which decreases all enemies all-type rust band by 10%. If the damage boost effect from Castorice's talent is activated, the effect extends to Dead Dragon. Dead Dragon has 140 speed and set max HP equal to 100% of max. What is this? Team Nova? I have no idea. 100% of max health. I think it's called Team Nova. Why they have some weird names? I have no idea, but they have some weird names here. After Dead Dragon acts 3 times or when its HP is 0, it disappears and dispels territory of Lost Netherland. Simply, it's gonna blow up, okay? When it leaves, it's just gonna blow up. When you summon him, he's also gonna drop a zone that will decrease the enemy's alt type spent by 10%, and he's also gonna get an action advance, and his base speed is literally 140. I mean, he's really fast. Like, considering Castor is like 95 and Dragon is like 140 speed, it's really good. To be honest, you mostly want him over anything else, so I can see this working really well. Now let's talk about his. No, what am I saying? Let's talk about her talent. Oh my god, her kid is literally the dragon, so I'm like him, her. It's so confusing, and it's also so long, man. I don't like reading long stuff. Now, talent. Desolation that traverses her palms. Yeah, that's her talent, by the way. So maximum, what is this? Stamen Nova's maximum is equal to 100 times the sum of all characters' HP levels on the battlefield. For each battle of HP lost by all allies, casters gain 1 point of Stamen Nova. Increase the casters and the dragon's damage dealt by 10%. This effect can stack up to 3 times, lasting for 3 turns. When Stamen Nova reaches its maximum, Castor's ultimate can be used when the dead dragon is on the field. Stamen Nova cannot be gained, and for each point of HP lost by allies except the dead dragon, the dead dragon recovers equal amount of HP. Simply, if you guys don't know, Stamen Nova is probably her new ult. Her ult is not tied to energy, it's tied to HP drain. And when you get max stacks, you get some energy. On top of you get a lot of damage increase. It's a little bit confusing because they gave her, they gave some weird ass name to these stupid things, but nothing crazy. But her HP drain is actually a lot of crazy. I don't even know what I'm saying at this point. Now let's talk about her technique. Yeah, I'm not reading that name, okay? It's way too hard for me to read. So after using the technique, enters the Death Addle state that lasts for 20 seconds. While Death Addle is active, enemies are unable to approach casters on their own. While in the Death Addle state, attacking will cause all enemies within the range to enter combat. At the same time, summon the Memo Sprite Dead Dragon. The Dead Dragon's died with current HP equal to 50% of Stamen Nova. After entering battle, consumes 40% of all allies' current health and advance Dead Dragon action by 100%. After entering the battle, before the summon Dead Dragon, Castorice gains Stamen Nova equal to 30% of max. I have no idea what the Stamen Nova is, but it looks like she has a lot of buffs, like a lot of buff. Now, let's talk about Pollux, the Memo Sprite, because, she is a freaking remembrance unit, so we have to talk about Pollux too. Now, summon the Memo Sprite Dead Dragon and advances its action by 100% at the same time, creates the territory Lost Netherland, which decreases all enemies rest by 10% and boosts effect by Castor's talent, activating this speed and 140 speed and sets the max HP to 100% of maximum Nova. Okay, now let's talk about his freaking skill. Rend the Realm Beneath deals quantum damage equal to 15% of Castor's max health to all enemies. I think he has AoE. Everything is AoE for him. Now, Memo Sprite skill. I'm not gonna read its name, okay? It's too much. It costs 20% of max health to use it. Consumes HP equal to 20% of Dead Dragon's max health and deals quantum damage to all enemies equal to 15% of Castor's max health. When HP is insufficient, it will drop limit to 1% and will be using the end of turn. Using this ability repeatedly will enhance its lasting until the Dead Dragon disappears. By the way, that's what is it called? Stamen Nova. You can stack this thing up. So if you stack this, multiple times, the damage of the skill will also increase with the Stamen Nova thing. I don't know what it is, but yeah. This skill's damage will increase based on how much Stamen Nova you have, technically. Now, when HP is less than or equal to 25%, using this ability will trigger the talent ability effect on Eidolon Wings over Scorched Ruins. I have no idea what it is. Now, I must write talent, Moon-Shelled Vessel. When Dead Dragon is on the field, it acts as a backup for allies. When the allies take damage, their current HP can be reduced to a minimum of 1. after which Dead Dragon will bear the damage, receive at 50% of original damage until Dead Dragon disappears. Pretty well done. Simply it's going to act as a shield for us when we are low on health, because we will be on low on health every single time. Now, Memo Sprite talent, I just talked about okay, Memo Sprite talent. Otherwise, there's 2 talent. Okay, he has 2 talent. Okay, I didn't see that. Okay, Desolation broken by blows. When Dead Dragon is summoned, increase the damage dealt by all allies by 10% for 2 turns. Now, Memo Sprite talent number 3. Eidolons being over, Scorched Ruins. When the Dead Dragon disappears, deals 6 instants of damage, with the instance dealing quantum damage equal to 20% of Castorice's max LP on the random unit. Simply when he leaves, he blows up. He literally blows up, like I said last time. So, yeah, the dragon is really, really needed for her kit to work. And the dragon is really, really crazy. Like, I mean, really, really crazy. Because of this, her technique, now you can actually summon the freaking dragon. Yeah, the Sunday synergy, there is actually a way you can pull this off with Sunday. And because she also gives some decent buff, there's a small chance you can also use her with My Day Trippy and Castorice together on the same team too. You could actually get some value, but probably her best team is going to be Hyper Carry, so just, yeah. Wait 2 more hours. I think that in 2 or 3 more hours, the gameplay should be out. But let's also talk about her lightcone. Man, this is actually long. I don't like reading long stuff, but yeah. So her lightcone's name is going to be Make Farewell More Beautiful. Stats, 1270 health. Attack is going to be 529. Defense is going to be 396. That's a lot of health. Okay, Engrave, increase the wearer's max health by 30%. When the wearer of the Memo Sprite loses HP during their own turn, the wearer gains Death Flowers, which allows you to wear their Memo Sprite to ignore 24% of target's defense when dealing damage, lasting for 2 turns. When the wearer's Memo Sprite disappears, advance the wearer's action by 12%. This effect can only trigger up to 1 time, and the trigger count reset every time the wearer uses ult. Simply, her lightcone is a broken ass thing that's tied to her kit like every other unit that's been out. And yeah, that's it. There's also going to be a new event lightcone, a new event erudition lightcone that will be really good for Anaxa. So yeah, simply there's not going to be any remembrance lightcone that will be good for F2P players, for Castorice for now, unfortunately. So yeah, you might have to think about going for her freaking lightcone. But let's also finish this video with her eidolons, because her eidolons are kind of strong, like really, really strong. So her E1, each time the Dead Dragon uses Dim Scorched Breath, increases its damage dealt by 30%. This effect stacks up to 6 times, lasts until end of this turn. Simply a damage increase to the Memo Sprite. So technically the damage increase to your whole team in a way. Now E2 is going to be, after the summon the Memo Sprite Dead Dragon, Castorice gains 2 stacks of Ardent Will. A maximum of 2 stacks of Ardent Will can be possessed at any given time and can be used off times Memo Sprite Dead Dragon HP consumption while advancing Castorice's action by 100%. The next enhanced skill deals 100% more damage. So in this is why E2 is so strong, because now you don't have to worry about your rotations being messed up whatsoever, because she also has some speed on her pills, right? So there's a chance you will have some speed tuning problem with her. But with E2, there's no problems, no nothing. You and your dragon will move accordingly and will dish out crazy amount of damage. Plus, they have some crazy joint attacks on top of it. So yeah, she's kind of broken with E2. And E4, while Castorice on the battlefield, all allies incoming healing is increased by 20% when having their HP is restored. This is where she becomes a My Day support. Technically, with E4, she is like really, really good for My Day teams. Now, E5, when Castorice and the Dead Dragon deals damage, increase the quantum rest spent by 20%, and Dragon Deck will not disappear on its own after taking action. Simply, she one-shots everything in the game with the E6. I mean, you expect this is E6. But E2 is her strongest easily. But E4 makes her a Midas support in my opinion. Solid kid, really solid kid. We just now have to wait for her numbers. Wait for some gameplays, and we'll see how strong she is. I do think she's a little bit lightcone dependent because we have no lightcones like that at all. So a little bit sad in that regards, but still think it's a solid unit. Still a solid unit. But we just had to wait for how strong she is going to be for FTP players. And she is going to be the anniversary unit after all. And if you guys found this video helpful, leave a like, subscribe. I mean, it's a lot, like talking about her and her dragon is actually a lot painful than I thought. And there's a lot of words I cannot even read because it's I don't even know, some crazy names they gave into it. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed it, leave a like, subscribe, and see you guys on the next video because it's really early and I gotta take a nap before I do go to work. And yeah, bye guys.